People talk glibly about science. What is science? People coming out of a university with a master's degree or a PhD, you take them into the field, and they literally don't believe anything unless there's a peer-reviewed paper. It's the only thing they accept. And you say to them, but let's observe, let's think, let's discuss. They don't do it. It's just, is it in a peer-reviewed paper or not? That's their view of science. I think it's pathetic. Gone into universities as bright young people, they come out of them brain dead, not even knowing what science means. They think it means peer-reviewed papers, etc. No, that's academia. And if a paper is peer-reviewed, it means everybody thought the same, therefore they approved it. An unintended consequence is that when new knowledge emerges, new scientific insights, they can never, ever be peer-reviewed. So we're blocking all new advances in science that are big advances. If you look at the breakthroughs in science, almost always they don't come from the center of that profession. They come from the fringe. The finest candle makers in the world couldn't even think of electric lights. They don't come from within. They often come from outside the breaks. We're going to kill ourselves because of stupidity.
Too much, too little. There is a loneliness in this world so great that you can see it in the slow movement of the hands of a clock. People so tired, mutilated, either by love or no love. People are just not good to each other, one-on-one. The rich are not good to the rich. The poor are not good to the poor. We are afraid. Our educational system tells us that we can all be big-ass winners. It hasn't told us about the gutters, or the suicide, or the terror of one person aching in one place alone, untouched, unspoken to, watering a plant. People are not good to each other. I suppose they never will be.
Okay, so here's a story about a bunch of Jewish supremacist scum in Israel who have named their surveillance company. It's a hacking company that hacks into cell phones and everything and your computers. They've named it after a parasitic fish that swims up the urethra of men's penises and of women's vaginas and of anuses. And it's well known. It's been written about for 100 years that this parasite goes up your urethra. And this Israeli company, again, financed by U.S. taxpayer dollars, against their will, of course, because they just bribed the Israeli government and the AIPAC, bribes the American politicians, or threatens them, basically, or blackmails them. And then the U.S. politician then gives billions of dollars to Israel. Okay, so it's U.S. taxpayer dollars that are funding these companies that are ending up spying on U.S. citizens, spying on U.S. politicians, blackmailing U.S. politicians with operations like Jeffrey Epstein's operation, which is Israeli Mossad operation, which was a child sex blackmail ring run by Israeli intelligence, our friend, for the purposes of compromising American politicians so that they could force American political leaders to give them more money. See how this cycle works? Yeah. Okay. So this scummy company, there's these two companies. One is NSO Group, and one is Candiru. Okay. So this is named after a human invading parasite. That's the actual logo for Candiru. Okay. For Candiru. Okay. Now, Candiru was written about many times. It's written about in history. It was written about in Williams Burroughs' book, Naked Lunch. Right. Actually, I'll read a few lines from this book, Naked Lunch, for you. Page